What's up, guys? Wanted to come on really quick and actually just do a quick video. I actually just came back from getting my retie. I am officially, I don't even know how many, so what is today? January the 28th. I think I got my hair locked in June of so January 28th of 2026. I got my hair locked in July 12th. 2020. So it will be 6 years this year in July that my hair has been locked. I just got my retie, so I figured I wanted to come on and share with you guys what my hair is looking like, how it's going. Usually I can tell more like once my hair is retied. I'm not as scared to touch it, but it's still pretty damp right now. I actually wore my furry hat. So I just wanted to come on and share my hair, let you guys see what it's doing. As you can see, it is a lot of gray there. You still can kind of see a little bit of those brown tips, just a little bit. But for the most part, it's gray. Like I have more strands now that are 100% gray. But even this one is like a majority gray, but you can still see that little brown tip at the bottom. The funny thing is when I lift my hair up, I don't know if you guys can see, but the back of my hair is not as gray. The back of my hair is still more black. So that's an interesting fun fact that I'll share with you guys. It's funny because at the beginning, when I first got my hair retied, like around my edges, they were shorter. So even those parts that were shorter, they've even grown a little bit, but you can still see they're shorter than the rest of my hair. At first, they were like here. They were so short. In fact, I don't even think I got it tied or got them locked until probably I was like maybe 3 months in, and she was like, "Oh, I can get those little those little edges." So she got a couple of those edges. But then in the meantime, I've had some of my edges over here, not that one, like these two. They were from me pulling my hair up. They broke. I think both of them, yeah, because these were regular length. I didn't have any. I don't think I had any short. I didn't have any short lengths on this side. But after pulling my hair up, these two kind of got really thin and fragile, and I remember them breaking, and I was super concerned about them. So haven't done anything else with those. What else? What else? What else? I don't really. It's funny because I still get a lot of compliments with my hair, more than I get on anything else. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing, whatever. My hair is always like the star of the show, if you will. Sorry, my nose itchy. So I still get a lot of compliments on my hair. I love my hair journey. I know a lot of people like to see people that I've started with, and there are some people I've started with, their hair looks like super long. So it's always hard for me to tell how much my hair has grown unless I'm looking at pictures. So when I look at a picture from last year, and it's like, okay, my hair did grow. I think once it gets like here and I can like significantly say, oh, it's past my boobage, then I can, probably tell more. But sometimes it's hard for me to see how much it's grown. And even now, like, because it's still damp, like if you just pull it to its like real length, like my hair still shrinks a bit. But if I pull it to my real length, it's probably about here. So I'm probably missing about maybe 1.5 inches. That's, well, probably more than that actually. Probably about 2 inches that's not really accounted for. So like when I do that, I can see, oh, my hair is kind of long. If I pull it up here, then I can say, oh, my hair is kind of long. But it's really difficult for me to tell how long my hair is. I was starting to say I noticed a lot of people that started with me. Some people are getting their hair cut and trimmed. I have no plans on cutting my hair at all. I just don't see the point in it. Like, I just don't. Even when I had like natural or regular relaxed hair, I used to cut my hair a lot. I used to wear like the symmetrical bobs. I wore the back shaved. I wore the side shaved. I had the pixie cuts. Like I did all those things. And it was fun. But now at this stage of my life, I'm not really interested in doing my hair. I actually go to get it locked or retwist or get my retwist or reties rather, every 6 weeks. I'll say every 6 to 7 weeks, depending on how it falls. Like when we went for my daughter's wedding, because we ended up being in Jamaica about a week longer, I actually missed my hair appointment. She was able to get me in a couple of days after I got back, but I think by that point I was probably 2 weeks past my original appointment, or at least a week past my original appointment. So I think that pushed me to like 7 weeks. At this point, I don't really notice very much different about my hair. It's still, I guess it's growing, obviously, and it's healthy for sure. Like I was talking to her about, here's an interesting fact. I had this Basque and Lather, I think it is called, Basque and Lather. I bought like my daughter-in-law, the whole system, because I wanted to support the hair, the company. So I bought my daughter-in-law, the whole system. And then I bought myself the scalp oil and the moisturizing spray. And when I sprayed my hair with the moisturizing spray, maybe I just can't spray my scalp. Maybe I just spray my hair. But when I sprayed my scalp was like so itchy. So I ended up wiping it out. And then I ended up pouring it into a mixture of like the moisturizing spray and water. And that still made my hair itchy. And it wasn't as itchy as it was the first time I did it, but it still was itchy enough. So I don't think I need to put it on my scalp. I think I just need to put it on my hair. And I was telling my loctician about it today, and she was like, yeah, it's supposed to be really good. She was like, yeah, just dilute it. She was like, you gotta look at the ingredients sometimes. Like, it's all natural ingredients, but your hair could still be sensitive to natural ingredients. So I need to look and see what's in there. And I think just spraying my hair and not my scalp is probably the best way to go. Because I tried to get like the roots, and I guess it's just kind of got to my scalp too. So maybe just focusing on the hair itself. Is probably what I need to do. So I've been trying that. I think I've tried it maybe twice, so I can't really say I'm trying it. I think I've done it like twice, but I still have the spray upstairs. I think that's probably the only new thing that I've been doing with my hair. I think I've been kind of taking my hair and, like, if I want to put it up, I'll probably take my own hair and kind of wrap it and put it up like something like this, as opposed to trying to not use rubber bands on my hair. If I pull my hair up, like in a top knot or whatever, it's kind of a little tender. If I pull up in a top knot, it's like the same deal. I'll just use my hair to tie it up. Because I noticed when I put like a rubber band on it, you ain't going to be able to see it now because I just got it retied. But I did have one piece that was kind of bunching. And I was like, yeah, there's one piece that's bunching. And she was like, yeah, you just put water on it and then just kind of, I guess push it back up. Then it'll kind of, figure itself out. And so she did that, so you won't be able to see it now. But that was concerning to me. What else? Like, I really haven't done anything different, anything new. Still best hair decision ever. I'm not as active in the locked and grays and, the different sister lock groups. I'm not as active as I was when I first got locked. Like when I first got locked, I was doing like, oh, here's my, 3 months in, my 1 month lock, my 2 month lock. I think the first year I did all of that. The second year, I think I did my 1 year. And then I think I just started doing like my 2 year, my 3 year. So I wasn't like tracking it like that. So I think if I was doing it that way, then I would definitely for sure be able to like track and figure out like what my hair is doing. But I didn't track it that way. So I wasn't paying attention in that way. I was trying to find a picture like when I first got it done or first got my hair locked. And I don't know if I'll be able to find a picture, but definitely can see, like when I look at pictures, I can see like what my hair like looked like. Even at times when I thought it was like long or I thought it was like whatever, just to see that it really wasn't as long as I thought it was in my mind. And so now to be able to say that, oh, I can't really tell how much my hair has grown. Like this picture, this is one of my favorite pictures. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that picture right there is one of my favorites. And at that point, I didn't realize that I didn't even think my hair was short. It was like full and it was fluffy and I loved it. And that was it. And that was the shape of it, everything I absolutely loved. And so I didn't really pay it that much attention. And I think that was probably either year 2 or 3. I can't remember what year that was. It may have been maybe year 3. And then there was another picture I was going to share with you guys when I was at my friend's husband's birthday party. I don't think I can find it. But I was at a friend's husband's birthday party, and I was getting so many compliments on my hair. Oddly enough, here's a picture from when I first, like the day I got my hair locked. So that was the length of it. This was literally me in the salon, literally just got my hair locked. And this was my hair the day, it looks a matted mess, but this was my hair the day I sat in the chair and got it locked. So you can see it's been a journey, to say the least. It's been a journey. I'm trying to say, I think like in this picture, no, not that picture. I can't, oh, here it is. Here's a picture with me and Babe at my friend's husband's birthday party. And at that point, I was getting all kind of compliments. Like, I remember this lady's like, is that your hair? And it's funny because it wasn't even that super long at that point. So for somebody to not believe that that was my hair is crazy. So now you can imagine I do get a lot of compliments, especially as it gets longer and the gray gets more pronounced. I just get a lot more compliments. But I love how it almost looks like a hood when you push it back and you see how black the under hair is. So I don't know. Like, that's really crazy to see that, right? But that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really do anything to my hair. Sometimes when it's, like right now, since it's recently retied, it's more tameable. But sometimes when it's time to get it retied, it can be so unruly. And it can just really be all over my head. Like the other day, my hair was all over my head because I needed a retie. And, yeah, my hair, it was like really frizzy. Yeah, it was really frizzy and it was just a mess. So this is my hair. I guess I'm officially 5.5 years locked. I don't know. When I first got my hair locked, you guys seen the pictures, it was 9 inches. Let me see. The back was the shortest, I think, so it was like 9 inches. The top part was like 10 inches. And then the very front was like 11 inches. So that was 5-something years ago. So now I think, I don't know how many inches it is now, child. Definitely more than 11 here. But I don't know how many. I would have to measure it, which I'm not going to do. But you can definitely see the difference in length. I think this side is probably a little longer than that side, although the side looked like it's coming along. But definitely if I take the back portions out of it, then you can see that this side is much longer than that side. So this side is up here, this side is a little bit down here. But when I put the back with it and, you know, kind of mix it a little bit, then it just looks like it's the same length. But this side is definitely longer. This side is lighter as well. This side feels more dense. So, ouch. Yeah, so that's really is it. I tell everybody, honestly, I was just talking to this young lady. Where was I at? The other day I was somewhere and I was talking to this young lady and she was asking about my hair. Oh, she was like, are those sister locks? I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, my sister-in-law, like she wanted to get sister locks, but she didn't want to pay the amount for it. I think I was like in Home Goods or something. She was like, but she didn't want to pay for it. She was like, it's really expensive. Actually, no, I was in, when I got my mirror in Value City Furniture. And she was like, yeah, but she didn't want to pay for it. Like, it could be really expensive. And I was like, I don't think it's that expensive. Like, if you're somebody who goes to get your hair done every 2 weeks, once a month, it could probably average out. Like, if I averaged it out for the whole year, where when I was getting my hair, when I was getting relaxers and things like that, I think I would go like every 2 weeks to once a month. And I think I would pay maybe $80 every time I went or something like that. So if I was doing $80 every 2 weeks, then that, not to mention the hair products, like I don't do hair products, I don't do any of that stuff. So the maintenance of my hair is very minimal. So I don't do any hair products. My time that I spend getting my hair done, so I've replaced being in a hair salon past my hour and a half or 2 hours or however long. Like you can literally be in a hair salon for like 4 hours on a Saturday or Thursday evening or whatever time you go, because they were habitually running behind. And then you're going more often, and you're having to have other hair stuff, at home. Like at home, I had the hot curlers, I had the, hairspray, I had shampoo, and whatever maintenance I was doing in between going to the salon that was taking up time, that cost me money. Right now, I literally pay $180 every 6 weeks. What plus tip? I probably spend maybe not 100 plus tip. I probably spend about, I'll say $180, and then I usually do about $35, $40 tip. So whatever that adds up to, $215, $220. That's usually what I spend about every 2 weeks or every 6 weeks. I don't do any maintenance in between. I don't do any shampoos or anything. So I have zero hair products. This hairspray was the first thing I bought. So I usually don't have any hair products that I use in my hair. And I'm in and out. Like I literally every 6 weeks, it probably take my appointment this morning was at 9:30, and I was back home by 1:07. So 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. So probably about 3 hours. Easily probably left there by 12:30. So about 3 hours to get my hair done. And I don't have to be back for another 6 to 7 weeks. So it to me is the best hair decision ever. They're like hands down. I don't have to do anything to my hair. I don't have to play in my hair. Don't have to figure my hair out. Don't have to do anything. And I absolutely love that for me. So if you're thinking about it, I always say what's the thing when people say, what's your biggest regret is that I did not do it sooner. That's my only regret. I have zero other complaints, zero other regrets. I love my loctician. I love the salon, 2-strand salon. I love, it's like really a joy. I enjoy going there every 6 weeks, and I enjoy talking with my loctician. It's just a beautiful experience all the way around. And you get in 9 times out of 10, you walk through the door, get straight in a chair, get your hair washed, they start on your hair. So you're not there waiting and sitting while other people are in a chair. Like it's not even that kind of energy. So, and I love that for me. So, yeah, if you're thinking about getting it, I think add up the cost. I would suggest, including your time cost in that as well. And I honestly think that it's way less expensive. It's not as expensive as you think. So if you're adding your time, you're adding the cost of your products and the cost of, the frequency of that you're going to the hair salon to get your hair, whatever you get done to it, whether it's once a month or every 2 weeks, however often you go, even if you just go every 6 weeks to get your relaxer, in that case, it may be not, I still wouldn't even say it's cheaper, because if you're going every 6 weeks, that means that you have shampoo and all that stuff, that you're doing your own hair at home. So you probably have a hair dryer that you sit under and all this other stuff. So, yeah, I just think this is much cheaper, and or I would say it's not as expensive as you think. So, I really didn't want anything. I just wanted to come on because it's my retie, and I just wanted to share with you guys my hair in its retie state. This is what it looks like. I should have did a before picture. I don't even think I took a picture before I left. And if I did, I probably had my hat on. I wore a hat today because it was super cold. And I knew that my hair was going to be wet when I left. So I think any picture that I took this morning was with my hat on. Yeah, my hat is on. So, yeah. But anywho, that's pretty much it, girl. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, happy whatever today is. But, yeah, I just wanted to share your hair. Let me know if you've been considering sister locks. What's your thoughts about them? Or if you're doing traditional locks. I always knew that I wanted locks, and I wasn't sure. I always thought that I would get traditional locks, but that kind of delayed my process of making a decision to get locks. But then when I say sister locks, you guys heard the story. I'm not going to get into it. I find that this is more my speed. The sister locks, they're just softer to me. And I can't even say softer. They just feel lighter for me. Traditional locks for me, I don't know how soft they are, but they just look harder to me. I don't know if that makes sense, because I think they're usually thicker. And I think the fact that these are so thin, it just feels like my natural hair. You know it is my natural hair, child. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so thin, it feels like my hair is not locked. And I like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But let me know if you've ever considered sister locks, if you got sister locks, if you did, how you like them. If you have traditional locks, you know, what are your thoughts between the two? Really not a competition or anything, but just trying to figure out your thoughts. And if any of my perceptions of traditional locks are incorrect. Like I said, these feel really light to me. Are traditional locks light? I don't know. I think I used the word soft. Are traditional locks soft? I don't know. I don't like haven't touched people's hair to have traditional locks. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So best hair decision ever. 5.5 years later, definitely grateful for, you know, the experience and just looking forward for my hair to continue to grow, 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 grow. I think if it hit my waist, then I'll probably cut it to here. If it goes past my waist, then I'll probably cut it back to my waist. So I don't know. I don't see me cutting my hair. And if it took me this long to get here, probably in another 5 years, I'll be down here. So 10 years in, Lord willing and the levee so break, I'll probably have hip length hair. So anyway, guys, yeah, just wanted to share, you know, share my hair journey with you guys. And yeah, until next time. Blessings, guys.